Let's get to this one. Welcome back, everybody. This time we're going to be looking at Snooga Flag. Snooga Flag is a hunter player in this game. He's playing Rama, and he goes 0. Oh my goodness, Snooga Flag. 0, 6, and 0 in 22 minutes. 0, 6, and 0, Snoog. Silver 4 is currently in. How do you think you played? Bad. Don't know when to start trading and when to back off. Well, let's start one. What aspects of the game do you struggle with? Farming and staying alive. What aspects of the game do you feel comfortable with? Nothing really. Let's go, Snooga Flag. Let's play the game of Oh Snoog. Oh Snoog. So, early on, you're going to group up with your teammate and ward, that's fine. I like the fact that you followed him, honestly. It's something a lot of the hunters don't do. They just sit at the buff like, I don't need to go anywhere, I'm just going to stay here and play very, very safe. And sometimes that means your support can get caught and you're already typing away and upset with him. Let me just correct 2 quick things before we start, because people who watch this live will be very upset going, oh, you got it the wrong way round. So, we'll fix it now. There we go. Get rid of the bans. Back to the game. So we don't got many kills to watch in this game, we've just got a lot of deaths to go over, which is going to be interesting. Why have we not got a skill yet? Is there any reason we've not taken a skill? Okay, you're a bit worried about being invaded. I don't mind you not taking a skill on that first cam, it just makes it a little bit slower to do. Frozen. The poke there on Artemis was good. Good poke. Poke that Ymir too. That was a good trade. That was a really good trade for you at the start of the game. Nothing really too bad. You grouped up for the freeze, which you should have known was coming from the Ymir. But other than that, that trade was fantastic. It was a good trade. It was not something to worry about. Try not to group with your support. Your support is trying to push the wave in. Take into account that you've got a Sylvanas with you, okay? Now, this Sylvanas is the one that's pushing your wave because you give him the attack speed buff. You want to make sure you position yourself like a support player to an extent in this one. Make sure you don't get yourself picked by grouping up together. At the moment, you're both getting hit by Suppress the Incident. At the same time, you're also going to get hit by both going to get hit by Frost as well. The roll was a good decision, but you got to stay backed up now in case he comes in for a Frost Breath. Frost Breath, you've not got a roll. I like the way you backed up and worked forward again. Cleared the wave. Position is good. Why do we back up? 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 No reason to back up. 2 creeps here. You could have just stayed where you were. Put through some autos at Ruler. He would have forced him back on this Ymir. You could have kept the pressure on then. There was no reason to... keep using your button. There we go. There was no reason to back up for that one. And if you notice, after you've backed up, you're like, oh wait, I didn't need to back up. I still got creeps. I'm walking forward again. You could have done that. Don't group on him. Stop trying to kiss the Sylvanas. Stop kissing Sylvanas. Stand to the right. Stand over here. Stand over here. Stand over here. Ymir goes aggressive on you. See, standing in the minion wave does not help you here. Standing in the minion wave is a really big mistake that hunters make. It depends what hunt you're playing against. Obviously, if you're against a Rama, it can help sometimes. But for the most part, most of the hunters are going to want to try and hit you and the minion wave at the same time. You just make it a whole lot easier. You make it so easy that even Ymir hits you with glacial strikes then as well. The wave's done. Route's good. Potential for poke on Ymir still. Potential for poke on Ymir. Alright, he's going to get away. New wave's coming. I don't mind you trying to poke there. Position yourself away from him. Okay. Try and support with auto attacks. Don't be scared to just go aggressive here. Support, support Ymir. Ymir focus. Ymir focus. Ymir focus. Ymir focus. You save him. You didn't have to back out though. You didn't have to back out, but he gets out, which is good. Now you've got to think about your situation you're in now because of the fact it's 2v1. So far, you've not really made that many big mistakes that deserve to back out. Good. Back up. Back up. Back up. Keep walking backwards. Don't you stop. So far, the lane's been fine. You've not really made a big, huge, gigantic mistake just yet. The roll was good too. The roll was fine too. Don't worry about him in the jungle. Just clear the wave. Don't eat too much poke from the minions if you can help it, but you're trying to clear, so that's okay. Now, the only thing I would have suggested to do here at this time, okay? This is just one little thing I would have suggested is not clear these minions off. Leave them sat here, tank them for 2 more shots, and wait for these minions to come through, okay? These minions come through, and you can have the wave frozen here for a little while, which means these minions come further down the lane, which means you're closer to safety of your own tower as well. You're not looking to go back to base yet, because you've still not got 1400 gold, but what you do is you auto-attack these minions and speed up the push going forward. Now the wave's back to even almost in mid lane, and you could have been actually further towards your tower and perfectly safe here. Now you've pushed the wave in. There's no reason for you to stick around. While you're walking forward. No reason to. You're not going to be able to 100 to 0. I mean, you could get a little bit of poke if you're confident.
Slow down.
Your wave plays fine still. You're still playing fine. Now you're level 5. Ain't too much poke because you're grouping on the minions again, so suppress the instant hit you. You were fine the first time. That trade was good. That trade was good. Watch out for suppress the instant every time. You should know. Suppress the instant up and he's going to try and poke you with it with the minion wave. Try and avoid as many as you can. Wave pushes against you. Could have avoided that one. You didn't, but you'll be okay. After this wave, should be basing straight away. Base now? Base now. Awesome. So the first 5 minutes of the game have not been that bad. There's not been that many mistakes you've made that you had to worry about. Consider maybe getting a mana potion there instead of the health potion is the other thing I would have suggested, just in case you run a little bit low on the mana. We're also maxing out 1 here as well. I used to do this as well. I'm kind of into the camp of maxing 2 now as well. Maxing 2 and 3 and leave one at rank 1. It does clear the wave a little bit quicker, I guess, you know, going through a full wave. But the 2 just gives you that extra attack speed, which allows you to trade a little bit better in the engagements too, and get a lot more damage out quickly. Now the wave's pushing up, and notice how they've frozen this wave. So now you've got to over-aggress to try and get in here. And I wouldn't really be looking for this in all honesty. Going this far forward, they baited you in, you've used your roll, and now you're zoned out for a longer period of time. You can't go up until your rolls up. You can't go up until your rolls up. Good decision to back out. You might get hit by a wall though. Good ultimate. The ultimate was good too. The problem is that you might fire all 3 shots too quickly here. And you do. And that's why you die. So, you were still probably going to die from this, I'll be honest. You're not. Nothing's going to really save you unless Sylvanas makes a huge play. But the big mistake that you make is that when you go into the sky, you try and prioritize dealing damage. And that wasn't the real plan when you went up to the sky. You went up into the sky to stay alive. So you're looking to stay alive. Firing these shots off, one after the other, shortens the time that you're in the air for. You could be up here for 6 seconds. The ult was fantastic, but you prioritise damage. Now you know against an army she's going to have a trap on the ground the moment you land. And you've still got to deal with Ymir as well. The trap connects with you, so you can't immediately roll, which you could do potentially, but you get crippled so you can't roll, so you just got to sit in the trap. Now you're going to roll backwards into the ultimate, and then Arachne's here too. If you would have bought an extra second or 2, there's a chance Uncle Sylvanas could have been here to save you with his ultimate as well, and get you out of this bad spot you found yourself in. But that's first blood for you. That's your first death. It's unfortunate. But we do have 290 gold, so I'm hoping we get beads, is what we should be going back and getting right now. Beads 1, oh we went for boots, would have gone beads. The lane matchup, you're against freezes, you're against balls, you're against traps. Would have been nice for you to pick up beads there, and especially Arachne too. You can actually remove the slow, but you can also remove the stun that she's got as well. Oops, wrong god. Good decision to pick up the right red buff there. Well, help with the red buff rather, get the experience, and continue stacking Devour's gauntlets. Nice, you're realising not to freeze. You're freezing. That's good. I'm glad you're freezing. You're not going to get any freeze out of it, but you're just slowing the wave down from pushing too hard. Problem is Sylvanas wants to push it with you.
Patience.
Now the funny thing is, there was a little bit of a trade there that you should realise. I'm just going to show it you. Because it's not something a lot of people know or even notice that you can do this. And it's a good tip to have. Let me just get you back alive. So we've got to get to this point in the match first of all. It's coming up soon. It's on this little bit here, okay? So she's cleared the whole wave now. And she's looking to trade with you. After this creep goes down, she starts to trade with you. Now, what you can do here is trade back with her. Why can you trade back with her? Well, you're going to take some poke from the archers. Okay, we understand that. But the difference is the fact that you'll heal back off these archers, thanks to your Devourer's gauntlets, after the trade finishes. So whatever poke you get on her will stay. Whatever poke you get on you, you can heal back up unless something terrible goes wrong. You could have traded here. This opportunity was a trade opportunity. You're focusing the creeps. You're still eating these archer poke damages anyway, but you could have put some poke back onto her as well, and you would have healed back off those creeps. You just auto-attack them down. Plus you've got wisps as well. That's not even including the wisps. If you had the wisps, it would have been even better for you. You could have traded that and done a little bit of poke. So both supports are in lane. Just going to press tab, check what the other support's got, see if he's got blink yet. He doesn't, so I'm not worried about that. Just got to watch out for walls. Good roll. Don't be scared to poke. Watch out, because that ball's coming for you next. There you go. Relax. No need to ult. No need to ult. Stop focusing these frontline minions. They're not going to do anything. You want the back ones. Back ones, back ones, back ones, back ones. You didn't get any gold for that one. There we go. We left the big one alone to die. That's good. Right. What's the play here? Are we going to get a kill? Yes or no? Answer is no. What would I do here if I was me and he was him? I'd kill the minions. That's what I'd do. I'd kill those 3 archer minions before they get into tower range. And then I think I could use my first 2 shots to kill those archer minions and the last shot to kill the remaining minion. This means that if they want to come in and fight me under this tower, they have to dive it. That's what I'd be looking to do here. You focus on him though. All 3 shots miss. And they go all in on you. Once again, while you were in the air, you didn't take the full time to use up the 6 seconds that you've got, which means that you could have had roll. And your roll could have been available for you as well.
Come into my range if you want to be a
I mean, killing the minions didn't make a difference there because you messed up because you stayed in this guy too short a time. You should have waited for the roll to be available again. Back to base, what do we get? Boots 2. We should really be looking for beads here. Both the times we've been picked, we've been trying to avoid the freeze, and we've also been hit by roots and balls. Freeze this? Freeze this wave? You were freezing it earlier, why are you not freezing it now? What's the decision not to freeze it changed for? You trying to push because he's rotated? Okay. He rotates, you push hard. Is there a reason to overextend here? You're going to get the tower? No. This ward, okay. Place a ward. This is risky. You're going to get the tower in one go? Wave, 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 wave. Focus the wave, focus the wave. Clear the wave. Clear the wave. Clear the wave. Clear the wave! You should have cleared that wave. And now you have to run away. They're doing gold. You don't know about that, but you've had to back away because you don't know where they are. Now that you know they're doing gold, and now you clear that wave. That wave could have been dead already. That minion wave could have been under the tower. You could have been safer. You could have been rotating for the Gold Fury if you would have killed the wave under the tower. That little bit of poke damage on the tower wasn't worthwhile instead of clearing the wave out and pushing it all the way to the tower again and denying a wave of experience. That wasn't the best trade from you. You could have gone more aggressive there. You may have had no mana. Why were you worried? Why were you worried about engaging then? It was only an Artemis. You had everything available. You had Bastet and Sylvanas coming in. You could have fought that. You may have had no mana. BM Bath. Now, the reason I'm going to watch this back again is for 2 reasons. Reason A is the Ymir fight. Look at this. Ymir's got no mana. Bath's on half mana. And you've got Bastet coming. Can you see Bastet coming on the minimap? I can see Bastet coming on the minimap. Why am I not hitting Ymir? Just hit Ymir. Just hit Ymir. Kill that Ymir. Ymir should be dead now. Ymir should be punished. You should be collapsed on by the Bastet as well. Then, this happens. Pause. Right now, Artemis is showing you that she's on a ward. She just did her own purple buff. And so you want to be keeping an eye on where she is on the map. Because right now, there's the ward. You just saw her walk over it as she walks back this direction. You can see on the minimap, if we're looking from this angle here as well as the main map, you can see that the mini wave where it is and how long it's going to take her to get to the wave. You realise she's not at the wave by now, and you should be having your attention directed to where she is. But you've not really got vision of it right now from where you stood. Especially if your map's where my map is, you won't really be able to see it very clearly. You want to be positioning yourself so you can see her potentially coming in for the steal, and you give it up for free, which is unfortunate. And you should have done. So it's 0-2-0. I watched that in fast motion. I shouldn't have. Let's watch it back again. So I've just watched that bit already. I was hesitated for a second on that. Let's watch the fight. So you're pushed up. It's like they're pushed up on you. You focus on the minions. Now imagine if you had beads. Is the first thing I'm going to say. So what ends up happening is a full minion wave here. It should have been a roll straight away. The roll was too late in the end. You got hit by a suppressive incident. And then board. The ultimate was very good though. The ultimate was good. But now you need to relax a little bit because you hear the trap go down as you go into the sky as well. So you know there's a trap on the ground as well. Your priority probably is clearing the minions more than anything else here. Minion clear, minion clear. All that should have been on minion clear. These archers would be dead by now, and then it would just be this big guy left probably. But if you would have focused him straight away, he would have been with these anyway, and he should be dead as well. So you would have been a little bit safer than this if you would have focused the minions. Don't feel like you're going to be able to 100 to 0 someone if you can't. You weren't going to be able to 100 0 to him there, and then hitting that trap, you've got to stand there and slowly die, which is unfortunate and could have been avoided, honestly. But you should have had beads by now, and having beads there would have saved you as well. Just because even when you landed, if you would have played everything like you did, and then beads to the root at the end, you would have survived. You didn't survive because you didn't have beads. Back to light. Hey, we got beads! It only took 3 deaths for us to get beads. Next wave coming in. Press tab quickly, check it with the enemy team. Blink is online now. Take that into account when you're playing this game now. You're also going to have to deal with the blinky maze. Rotate in the jungle, you can see Bastet's in trouble, but there's not a whole lot you can do right now. Your ultimate's available though. Your ultimate's available. Don't walk blindly into the jungle. Do not walk blindly into this jungle. Do not walk blindly. Do not walk blindly. Where's your ward? Could have warded here. Could have warded. I thought you were actually going to go ward then. I was going to be like, nice one. Good ward. Now you ward. Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running? You had a mini wave on your side. This trade is bad. This trade is bad. This trade has stopped being good a long time ago. The trade should have stopped after you got a crit that second time, I think. Because now she's going to be able to zone you off the experience. You're just going to have to hang around and wait slowly for the minions to push. Every time you walk forward, you're going to take more poke. Hey, Bean saved the day. Why did we ult? Why did we ult? Oh, she dived. Okay. That's unfortunate. Into the trap again. Okay, now there's one thing that I'm going to slowly go over. This is going to be the last thing I go over, I think, in this replay. Is situations like this, okay? Right now, he's being zoned off experience, guys. And this is something that you can take into your own games as well as Snugfat can take into his. Is that you've got to play mind games when people are trying to zone you off experience. You've not got many options, okay? Option 1 is to stand and wait for the minion wave to push in your favour eventually, which it will do, because as you can see, he's got more minions than you've got minions. So that means it will slowly push towards you. However, if you wait patiently for a little while longer, it'll push. Option 2, use your ultimate and snipe the minions down. That's what I'd do. I'd be tempted to snipe the minions down. Third option, rotate into the jungle and take the back harpies. Because you're still getting farm. The problem with going for the back harpies here is the fact that he may realise that if he's got wall coverage, which he does, and then hard push it into the tower, which means you have to rotate back and you probably lose some minions. The other option is bait the back. Walk around the corner, around here, and bait the back. Don't actually back, just bait the back. Because then he has to make a decision about, have you actually backed? Or have you waited around the corner, have you rotated into the jungle? There's 3 things that go through his mind then, and he has to make a tactical decision about whether he should hard push, because he's got more minions anyway, or whether he should continue to freeze, or whatnot. Each of those examples, you're playing mind games with him. You snipe the minion wave, it puts you all on cooldown, but it stops this push that you've got, and you can actually go back to base and buy something with that 800 gold you've got. Will it be like 900 by the time you clear some of that wave off with your snipes? You still get golden experience from sniping if the minions kill it. I'd have killed the back ones with 2 snipes, and then the last one would have been on the frontline minions, and then I would have just based and been like, whatever, Bath, whatever. I get golden experience, he would be fine. But they were your 3 options in the lane. Well, 4 options I gave you there. Back harpies, snipe the wave, fake back. I mean, you could just back if you wanted to, but I would have just fake backed. Are all the options you could have done. The option you chose was to try and get experience range, and by doing that, you set yourself up for the opportunity for him to go aggressive again. Like, not hitting him. Not hitting him there was not a good idea. You could have hit him. You eat the poke, and then he doesn't get punished for it again. The minion wave stays where it is. You're just getting zoned off. He's still getting experience. You're not. The whole minion wave comes, and now with this minion wave coming, you've eaten a little bit too much poke. You can still fight this though. He gets a lucky crit on that one, honestly. That crit did not help you. The roll was good. He popped sprint. The beads was good. The ultimate wasn't that bad, honestly, but the problem was is that you ulted in the traps there, so you're dead when you land anyway. And that's pretty much the end of it. What I would advise for you in lane, honestly, from the things I've seen you do, you need to position yourself a little bit better in the early game. That wasn't really an issue. The issue arose when you didn't buy beads. By just not buying beads, you threw this lane and made it more difficult for yourself. And then you over-respected the enemy hunter too much. Never over-respect the other enemy hunter, whoever it is you're playing against. It doesn't matter if it's Zapman, it doesn't matter if it's a Bronze 5. Don't over-respect them, but don't under-respect them either. You had potential there to trade with them multiple times and win the engagements, but you panicked and backed out too much in some of them and just gave up the lane. When he had that lane freeze going, it wasn't a proper lane freeze, as you could see by the minion wave as I showed you. So you didn't have to worry about a full lane freeze where he's just going to zone you off the experience like that. Also, you could have opportunity to just try something tactical and try and help things out. Good luck in better games on Snook Flag. That was an unfortunate one. I'm not going to do the rest of that one just because you're already 0-4 already. And I can already see that this gate lane's over because you're just going to play very passive for the rest of it. And the beads! The beads! The beads is what hurt you.